Alright guys, we're back with another video. Yay. I haven't reviewed this guy in a hot minute. Like, I think I said in the short, but pretty much I made a video about him originally and I was unhappy with it, so I scrapped it and left that video idea in the back burner for I think a year, about something like that, maybe even more now. But yeah, we're taking a look at Galaxy Shuttle, whom I believe was part of the Legacy Speedia thing, and then eventually re-released into just a normal leader class. I got the re-release, and for those who are unaware, this is just a Siege Astrotrain repaint and a little bit of remold because the head is new. I've seen the new Astrotrain, the Studio Series one, and oh boy, they tried. Like, it may not seem like it, but they definitely tried to make it look like accurate to the source material, and it just did not work out. It's one of those ones where, upon seeing multiple videos about it, and also kind of messing with it a little bit through a friend because I was curious about it, and I had asked them, hey, can I play with this figure for a little bit? I want to see how it is. And I'm like, in my personal opinion, I think they tried. I don't think I know for a fact they did not succeed, but I could kind of see where they were coming from. But as much as this mold had a lot of supposed issues, at least from what I understand, there were issues with the mold, like just how the shuttle looks, how it looks so fat in the front and so skinny and bare bones in the back and all that. Yeah, I think this is just a better one. They can take another whack at it again, but maybe at a higher budget. Maybe a commander class like Astrotrain. Yeah, how did I forget the name? If they make a commander class Astrotrain, maybe it was the leader class price point. I don't know, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This dude is kind of bonkers. He's just straight up a U.S. space shuttle, like dead ass, with 3 Autobot logos. You can tell like this dude is supposed to be a space shuttle, just like Astrotrain, and then you can see the train parts here and there. At least that's what I like about it. The train parts are not visible unless you look at the bottom, but granted, that's the bottom. That's the friggin' bottom. And I've always liked the concept of Siege and how they had like a bunch of extra accessories that you could just mess with, that you could just do stuff with. Like this little thing right here. It functions as a landing pad because the pegs here connect. You can store all the guns as you see here. But if I were to just turn this around and kind of just rearrange everything so it can all fit like so, I think I could put the block in the middle, right? I think I put the missile pod here in the middle. Yes, I can. Yeah, I'll just put it like that. I'll put this in here like so. Maybe not fully, just so it can fit, maybe, because I don't want it to squish up. Put this in here as well. Yeah, I'll just do it like that. Nope, I don't want it to be thing. Okay, there you go. Then we just open these up. Ba-bum. Connect everything. It's gonna be a little bit tight. Yeah, there's a specific tabs or whatnot that should connect, and then just that. And now you have a little cargo thing for the shuttle. They use these 3 pegs. You just kind of connect, and there you go. And this is more useful. This makes more sense in train mode, personally, but we'll get to that later. As for space shuttle, yeah, it is pretty bare bones here in the back, and it's super chonky in the front. You can kind of tell which mode that they had to sacrifice to make it work. But even with that in mind, still looks pretty cool. And I kind of, even though it's just like black blotch, white blotch, and I kind of wished maybe they kind of streamed it out a little bit, but I get the idea. I get what was going on, and they had to work with what they had to work with. He rolls pretty nicely because the train wheels are kind of the landing gear, and he has faux wheels here, or not even faux wheels. It's just, I think it's right here actually. I don't know, but he rolls and slides decently well. Whee! And yeah. Oh, he can also take blast effects. You can do the crazy setup where you take 5 little ones. Yes, 5. For those who don't know, he can, I think at least the back alone could take up to 5. I was gonna say 7, but these don't fit, I don't think. Let me just try it. Well, sorta, but very loose. I don't think I'll count it if I'm gonna be completely honest. But who knows? It might look excessive. Can the big guys connect? No, not really. I'm not gonna count it. So he can do 5. I don't have any blue ones, so that's unfortunate. What we can do here, the big holes go over here. So that's 3 so far, right? Whoosh. Put 2 more on these little ones here because those look like thrusters. I'm gonna count them. And then, whoa, it's like 5 right there. He's gonna be blasting off to outer space for sure. He's gotta have to jettison some weight though. That's the only thing. However, my favorite thing to do is you take one of these ones, one of these long ones. Fire one works decently well, but I like the blue because it's a lot more fitting. Just put in the one in the center. And that looks funky, but it's like, bro, it's just like breaking through the atmosphere, traveling the cosmos and all that. Fun fact, like, here, I'll do a size comparison with this guy in a bit, but I just kind of want to show it on Legacy Starscream. If most ships, and if the ships has a port in the back to where you can replicate something like this, it's kind of fun to do with Star Optimus's blast effect or Star Convoy's blast. Whoosh. I'm bad at making sounds, but for jet mode comparison, we'll only pull out. We'll do that for comparison, except for bot mode, where I might do 2. But for everything else, here's one with a Voyager class, and a chunky Voyager class at that. Yeah. Alright. Without further ado, let's get to the train mode. Actually, let's not get into train mode just yet. I completely forgot. There were ports on the shuttle, and I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's just me being stupid at this point. I'm just gonna take out all the weapons. I already showed you how they store, so no need to keep them in there anymore. Oh yeah, and the platforms here rotate and all that. You'll see more in bot mode because this kind of serves something else in bot mode. Yeet. Let's just plug one in here. Plug the other in here. Plug these 2 up here. And the big minigun. This one, you can really put it anywhere. You can just put it over here. Or something. And, yeah, it looks goofy when they're all red, but you get the idea. Alright, now to train mode. Alright, and here we have a mostly black train with bits of white popping out. If you look under, visible head syndrome, yeah, I know all that fun jazz, but that's kind of the whole shtick. Maybe on my copy, because of the way I have it, it's not sitting exactly flat, but I'll live. Yeah, oh well. Still rolls really nicely. It's leaving kind of some track marks on my desk, man. I have to wipe that down soon. But yeah, looks chunky. Look, you get the idea. It gives off the idea that it's supposed to be a train. No, come to think of it, I think there's less ports now. Let's can you put a fat one on here? No, you can't. You can't even put the fat one on there. And well. There's less ports on the train mode. I forgot about that. Well, I mean, it's still a good train. Still something fun to work with, even though it's mostly black. Not a bad thing, though. Alright, I'm not going to put the guns in here because I'm going to need them out later, but let's just form it back together. Wait. I sometimes forget the order of things. Put that. Put that down. Alright, and then it's rolling on this side. Take the back, we'll just arrange it this way. Then you just plug it in like so. And woohoo, it's a train car. It rolls really nicely with this. I remember for an hour, I just kind of sat there like chugga 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 chugga. You know, because I was a Thomas the Tank Engine type of kid, so I always kind of did that with my Thomas toys. So having something that kind of calls back to that, it's pretty sick, and I kind of like it a lot more than the Studio Series one. I don't know. I get why that one looks the way it does, but I just kind of always like the look of this one, especially because it gives you like a little car to tow. So we'll pull around left and right, yada yada. It can't fit on any tracks as far as I know. But for what it's supposed to do, I'm just enjoying myself doing that. I'm going to get a vehicle to compare it to real quick. I don't even have to cut the camera. Leader class to leader class. Yeah. This Optimus Prime has more bulk and height and parts, but this one is just long because of that whole thing. If we're to compare the lengths without the car in mind, yeah, it's about the same. It's about the same. But yeah, without further ado, now let's go to robot mode, shall we? I don't think I touched detail all too much, but I'll be completely real with you. None of it's painted. There's no Autobot or Decepticon symbol to be shown unless you look down. And also, there's windows, not really detailed. Only thing that's really detailed is, again, the thrusters, but that's from the shuttle mode. Okay. Now, transformation. Alright, and without further ado, here we have Galaxy Shuttle in bot mode, and my god, it looks glorious. It looks glorious. Transformation looks kind of complicated, but it really isn't, because that's just a product of its time with Siege when it was Astrotrain. But I really love the black and white being super prominent, and then the red and blue becoming highlights, especially for the shoulders, the eyes, the abs, even the Autobot logo. Even though it's like split down the middle, it still really fits in here. And then we got the Autobot logo and the logos on the back in each wings. You kind of see that, and in the back it's mostly black because of the way everything is colored to match shuttle parts and all that. With these pieces, you can leave them angled like this as per the instructions, or you can have them straightened out. I like having the angle, even though there's that bit of black breakup. Angle looks really nice with it. He's a chunky boy. He is one chunky boyo. And yeah, before we get into accessories, let's touch on articulation, because it's pretty nice. Not fantastic, but it's nice. You got head tilted. You can get it to go full 360. That was kind of a tight spot. Shoulders, a little bit under 90. And if you really do it, you can get the shoulders to move 360 if you want. You technically have double jointed elbows because of the way transformation works. No actual wrist swivel. You got a little bit of a pivot due to transformation. It's kind of a hard one though. Waist swivel, I don't think, if I remember, no, you do, because it just looks like there wouldn't be. And then if you move the hip skirts up, kick forward that far, back, not at all really, because the way that everything is molded. You can do the splits if you don't have the arm in the way. You can do, although it's quite tight on this copy, a knee bend, thigh rotation, and you can do ankle pivot, though it's kind of tight. Though this is just going to be your mileage may vary type of thing depending on your copy. Let me just get it to stand up right without looking awkward. Yeah, no, he's pretty sick all around. I really like how it's essentially kind of like the Jazz head sculpt, sorta, but not really at the same time. Of course, you can do the majestic thing called arming this guy up to the teeth. What you can really do first, though, is you take big boy, plug in another big boy. There you go. You get big super gun in the making. You plug this in right here, and then you plug these two on the sides. There we go. And now you can hold what is essentially a BFG. If y'all know what that means, y'all are cultured. I'm just gonna say that now. You can have him hold it realistically at one of the ports here, if you really try. Like you can sort of do it. Although I'm not gonna attempt it. You can have him hold it though, like this, and that is your BFG. And what you can do next here is, because it is a BFG, you need a big boy blast to kind of, sell it. Like that. Plug it in like so, and hope to God he holds it. Or let's have his other arm kind of help support the weight. And then the BFG Blast of Doom. Just look how big and girthy this thing is with that. That's really funny. At least to me it is. But you can also arm him to the teeth. You can even kind of get this thing involved again. Let's split it open all the while, because it kind of does serve a purpose. As like a little backpack. I think you want to swing this around to get the full effect though. Then again, you also want to try to get wings. But you just take this off first. Yeah. And then these become like little soles for the feet. Plug them in like so. This is just carryover from Siege Astrotrain. Personally, I really like it. Kind of fitting for this guy too, to be perfectly honest. And I think for this setup, you can either give him an additional set of wings, like so. Even though that is just a humongous backpack at this point. You can give him like an additional set of wings. Maybe like Super Galaxy Shuttle. I don't remember that much from the show anymore, from Transformers Victory, where he comes from. But I'm just kind of brainstorming right here. Like you get additional wings, like Super Shuttle. Kind of have him just fly around like that. You can even adjust it the other way. And do that. That's part of the instructions, don't worry. You can even adjust it the other way. To kind of... It's the same thing but backwards, but you also kind of do it to give him like a tower thing? I don't know. Looks kind of odd. But I haven't looked at the instructions in a year. I lost the instructions in the course of a year. But you could do something like that. You can also really just do what I did earlier, just give them the super wings. I call them super wings. I don't know what they're actually called in the show. Kind of just do it like that. Just Super Shuttle. I don't know why. It kind of looks sick with that in mind. And the extra boots to kind of give him that additional height to work with. Bro is just stacking at this point. He's just packing some heat. But let's actually give him some heat. Let's give the boy some heat. So we're going to put this on his left hand with the missile pod, I think. We'll have it sit out like so. So that there's additional firepower for this guy. There you go. We can put his big guns here on his shoulders because they all have ports. Ports for days. Like so. Same thing with the other red guy. There we go. And then let's give it that full burst treatment. Let me get all the blast effects I have available. We're also including the big blue guy. But let me just get a bunch of other stuff while we're at it. I think we'll use some of the big ones that we got. I think we can. Not the Freedom Leader ones though. The other big boys. Because I got a bunch of these bright ones right here. Alright. Let's put it here. Like so. Like so. And some of these are really bent out of whack, but oh well. Like so. There you go. Oh, whoa. Knocked that one over on accident. And so with that one too. This one admittedly is not as like tough, or not as tough, it doesn't hold as well. It barely holds, to be perfectly honest. Let's try the Wonder one. Yeah, it holds a little bit better. No, not by much. Yeah, as you can tell, not by much. Let's also do here. Let's also grab the last one. Wait, actually, hold on. That gives me a good idea with the missile pod. Is there anywhere I can plug it on top? No, never mind. You can just kind of finagle it. I encountered a little difficulty. Okay. Oh, no, there goes both of them. No. Okay. I think mounting it on his arm would be better. Welcome to 8 minutes of me doing this. Okay. We got a super wings. We got one big blast here. One big blast attack. Followed by another big blast attack. And then another. If I can hook it. Yeah, there should be a way to thing it. I did it just earlier too. There we go. Alright boys, I think I got it. I got it. Let's hook this side again. Finally. Big boy. Blue boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's... Oh no, it's falling. Yeah, let's do it like that. Why not? Oh! Everything's falling. No! Back here. Okay, well, now we need to hold it like that. No. Everything's falling apart. I got this. Don't worry, trust. I got this. I'm going to make this work. Or die trying. Okay. Alrighty, here we have the it wants to fall apart, but I'm not. I'm going to get this right. I am going to get this right. Okay. You can barely see him anymore. You can do the good old quintuple. Ow. Oh. Can I lock the wrist in? And everything fell apart. Okay. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try to lock the wrist in, like so. Well, I can't exactly lock it, but we can try something. Because I want to get this to work. I'm now just dedicated to getting this to work. I am now fully dedicated in getting this to work. I'm going to get this to work, damn it. I'll be right back. Alright, we did it. The big old quintuple galaxy overdrive blast of something. Yeah. Galaxy overdrive blast. I spent way too long trying to get this to work, but I got it to work. Honestly, I'm proud of it. This might be the new thumbnail. You know what? I'm gonna work on that real quick. Alright, finally, we're gonna do 3 size comparisons, starting with my Rise of the Beast Overloaded Optimus Prime. I say overloaded because he has a lot of junk on him. Next we have Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime, and yeah. I can see these two working together. If only he was a combiner, became part of him. The super wings kind of really fit this guy, though. I do like that. One more size comparison. And then last but certainly not least, here we have my take on Supreme Galaxy Force Starscream. Yeah, no, I'm just realizing now, it also kind of works as a cape, the little train bits on the back, but it also really works as wings. I kind of like it. I kind of like this whole like super mode thing going on for here. It probably didn't work as well on Astrotrain just because of his more monotonous colors, but because of how bright, how just vibrant Galaxy Shuttle is, I think it works really well in his favor. Yeah. That's really all I got to say. I'm so glad this video turned out to be a lot better than the last one. At least I feel like it did. I will not show what the old one was like because I was very disappointed by how I was with it. I sounded so lackluster. But also I lost the footage anyways because I deleted it after it was so bad. I'm like, nah, I'm done. I rage quit. But yeah. He's going to be an interesting piece in my collection. I really love this whole like super shuttle look, even though it's like a glorified backpack or whatever. But really, I think for him, it kind of adds to it. I don't know why. I like the vibe. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this mold. And are you part of the big camp? Then I'm also part of where we really prefer this over whatever Studio Series did. Or do you guys like the Studio Series for what it is? I don't know if I'll ever get an Astrotrain myself that isn't the Studio Series one. I think I'm happy having this guy in my collection. That's just me though. I really like what they were able to come up with this. I'm really happy about that. And I'm so glad I was able to finally do the video like a year later. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And a way to show that is by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTuber jargon. It really helps when people do that. It really helps. I hate to sound like I'm shilling, even though I kind of am. It helps greatly. More than anyone can really think. Yeah. I'll hope to see you guys. I hope to see you guys in the next video or next stream, whatever I do. I might do some Nikkei. Haven't done that in a while. Kind of got burnt out. Needed a break. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Super Galaxy Shuttle away. I'm not ever doing that again. Although now that I think about it, I could probably give him a cool sword. I don't really have much to work with. I probably have like an old red one somewhere. Let me go find it really quick, actually. Well, he did have one, huh? It's either this one or this one. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this one a little bit more. It's brighter. It fits the whole brighter thing. This one looks dull in comparison. But, yeah. You know, I think... Hold on. Let me just put on the other hand. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he looks a lot nicer with this one. Yeah, I like it a lot more. Okay. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. I don't know why I wanted to add that tangent. I just thought about it. Bye-bye.